Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all have seen my previous videos. Now, in this video, we are going to study about phylum Chordata. So, phylum Chordata is further divided into subphylums, that is Protochordata and vertebrates. So, Protochordates includes class Hemichordata, Urochordata and Cephalochordata. About these, we are going to study in our further classes. Till then, only the naming is sufficient. So, the vertebrata is further divided into two superclass, that is Aganatha and Gnathostomata. So, in this Aganatha, basically jawless organisms are there. Jawless organisms like Petromyzin, Myxine, they are the jawless organisms. Basically what they are having hooks and suckers through which they attach to the body of the host and suck the nutrition, that is blood, from their body. So Ganatha is the jawless category of subphylum Vertebrata. The next one is Gnathostomata. Gnathostomata are the organisms which are bearing jaws. So this is further divided into Pisces and Tetrapoda. Superclass Pisces and superclass Tetrapoda. So Pisces basically includes all fishes. So the fishes are of further two types, that is chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. Chondrichthyes are the cartilaginous fishes, whereas osteichthyes are the bony fishes. Whereas whenever we are talking about superclass Tetrapoda, it includes four further phylums, that is Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. Amphibia includes all the amphibians such as frog, and Reptilia includes reptiles such as crocodile and lizards. Aves includes all the birds, whereas mammals include marsupials, animals, etc. So this is all about outline of the phylum Chordata. Now we are going to study and see each of these characteristics in detail.
Kingdom Animalia. The second subkingdom of the kingdom Animalia is Vertebrata. This subkingdom is further divided into 5 classes: Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. Let us learn them one by one. The first class is Pisces, which includes all types of fish. They are exclusively aquatic. Their body is streamlined with tapering ends. They have fins for locomotion. They are the cold-blooded animals which have two-chambered heart. The respirations take place through gills. Fishes are oviparous. They lay eggs and show external fertilization. Class Pisces is further divided into 2 subclasses, that is chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. Class chondrichthyes includes fish with a skeleton of cartilage. The mouth is ventral with separate gill slits. The example of these are sharks. Class osteichthyes includes bony fishes. The mouth is terminal and gills are covered with a bony flap called operculum. The fins are membranous structure with bony rays. Examples are herrings, pomfret and tilapia. Fish are the important source of nutrition for the people who live in coastal region. They are also used to create beautiful aquariums. The next class is class Amphibia, which includes cold-blooded animals. These animals can live in water as well as on land. They have moist skin due to the presence of mucus glands. The respiration occurs through gills in larvae and through lungs and skin in adults. Amphibians have three-chambered heart. Fertilization is internal. They lay egg and tadpole is the larval stage. Examples are frog, toad and salamander. The third class of vertebrata is class Reptilia. Reptiles are the cold-blooded animals. They are the terrestrial vertebrates with dry skin. The skin is covered with overlapping scales. Reptiles are pentadactyl, but in the case of snakes, limbs are either reduced or absent. Reptiles have three-chambered heart, but the crocodile shows the exception of four-chambered heart. The gaseous exchange during respiration in these animals occur through lungs. Fertilization is internal and the fertilized egg are layered with a hard calcium shells. Reptiles like snakes exhibit the phenomena of molting, which is the periodic shedding of skin. Examples of reptile are lizard, snake, turtle, tortoise and chameleon. The next class is aves, which includes all birds. They are the warm-blooded animals and are described as the feathered reptiles that have evolved the power of flight. Their body is covered by feather, but the legs have scales. The forelimbs are modified into wings. Birds have a strong but light skeleton and the limb bones are hollow with the internal space filled with air sacs. This is to reduce their weight for the easy flight. They have a jaw, but their jaw is extended into beak. Birds have three-chambered heart and they show high metabolic rates. Birds show internal fertilization and lay fertilized egg. Economic importance as well as egg of these birds are used as an important part of the diet of several people all over the world. The colorful feathers are used for the decoration purpose. Last class of phylum Vertebrata is the class Mammalia. Mammals are the warm-blooded animals and their skin is covered with hairs and exhibit bipedal or quadrupedal type of locomotion. They have a four-chambered heart and the respirations take place through lungs. Fertilization is internal and the young ones when born are fed on the milk from the mammary glands. The young ones of marsupials are born at an immature stage and migrate into the pouch on the mother's body, and they complete their development there. There is another phylum called Protochordata. Because of the presence of notochord, phylum Vertebrata and Protochordata are grouped together under the phylum Chordata. They show the presence of notochord that later develops into vertebral column. Invertebrates and some stages during their life cycle. They are the marine animals and are bilaterally symmetrical. Examples are Balanoglossus and Amphioxus. Thus, The Whittaker's classification, consisting of 5 kingdoms, practically entails characteristics of every living organism on this planet and hence forms an important concept studied in the field of science.